He's bucked me off a lot of times and constantly becoming super bracy, and then he'll just explode.
If we're gonna get him to see you as the leader more, it's gonna be more about driving pressure. If I could just bring my life up, this would be me like being another horse and pinning my ears at him and saying, hey, you need to step away from this feed or whatever. And there's nothing there, right? They need to have a confident leader. They need to have a qualified leader. And so you're proving to him that you are that by doing the driving pressure yields where he's stepping off that pressure. Okay. Should we get him tacked up now?
Okay, yeah. That's more. Come on. Come on, Phoenix. So this is him just poking around and just making me do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like I'm like exhausted and he's just like, nah.
Let me just have you do a couple things here.
Hey, sounds good.
Let me see you do a 4/4 yield. And no left leg.
No left leg, okay. You
Just
kind of give him that room to...
Yep. Can you feel him moving his hindquarters?
Yes, he's moving his hind.
So do you remember on the ground all the reasons I talked about moving the front end?
Yes.
For him to see you as the leader?
Mm-hmm.
When you, so there's that. So like he didn't do it at all, right? He just moved his hindquarters around. And then when you're riding him and you're having to keep him going the whole time, you're accepting the fine.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Horrible.
And so that's giving up your leadership card right off the bat. Immediately by you just having to constantly make him do it, he's not choosing to do it.
Yeah.
So these are just two things right off the bat that we can work on, because overall he's fine. It's really a matter of him seeing you as the leader more.
Yeah.
And there's going to be moments where, like you say, he's scared of the pond or the jump or something comes up that he does get bigger, and we need to have a default kind of recovery strategy. And so we're going to practice that too. But I don't want to try to make up a situation. You know, we're going to make up one, but I don't want to try to create one by having you, do something really hard or whatever. So what we're going to do is you're going to ask him to go from a halt to a trot. Okay. And we're only going to accept it when he does it with barely any leg. You're going to whisper to him with your legs. Okay. So what I want you to do, let me show you. Okay. You're going to whisper to him with your legs. I still want the leg cue to be there. Okay. I don't want to have no leg cue. So you're just going to give him a gentle squeeze and you're going to think trot in your kind of energy riding. Okay. If he doesn't trot, you're going to go touch, and then you're going to reset. And whenever you reset, so this would be true at any gait, you would bring him back to wherever you were at when you started. Right. So if you were trotting and you asked him to canter off of a very light cue and you had to touch him, you would reset back to the trot. Okay. In this case, you're at a halt, so you would reset back to a halt. Okay. And a halt to trot is, to me, about the equivalent of energy needed to do a walk to canter. Okay. Okay? So it's a harder one. Okay. And so instead of just getting him into the walk and then getting him into the trot, we're going to go halt to trot. Okay. Okay? Touch, one touch, reset. Okay. After you spank him, you're going to measure the quality of response. Did he jump into the trot right away? Did he canter? Or did he not notice you even touched him? Or did he acknowledge it? What we're looking for is for him to acknowledge it. That would be the right amount of pressure. Right. So when I say we measure it, if this was the perfect amount, meaning he acknowledged it, but he didn't really go anywhere, that's kind of what we're looking for. Because I don't want him to feel like we just spanked him so hard that we made him do it. Okay. Okay. But I also, if you touch him that hard and there's no acknowledgement of it, the next time you ask and you touch, you got to turn the volume up a little bit. Okay. Okay. And we're just going to keep doing that until he responds appropriately. If you guys are enjoying this video and you would like to see more detailed training videos and be able to ask me specific questions about your horse, consider joining my Patreon page. It's only $10 a month. You're gonna have access to all the videos. We do a fun monthly challenge that has a giveaway for the winner at the end, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So we'll leave a link in the description below. Let's get back to the video. And so barely squeeze and ask him to trot. Now touch. Now reset back to a halt. Okay. Now squeeze. Squeeze. And touch. Now relax. Now reset. And I would say he's acknowledging that touch. So that's the right amount of pressure. Life up. Okay. Squeeze and touch. Now stop. Life up. Squeeze. Touch. Now reset. Life up. Squeeze. And that was good. We'll take it. Okay. Now legs off. Come and circle by me.
Okay.
Legs completely off. Do not touch him with your legs.
Okay.
If he breaks down to a walk, we're gonna stop him. And then
Okay.
we're gonna ask again for the trot.
Okay.
So this is called teaching him a go button.
Yeah.
No legs. Make sure you're
Got
not
it.
bumping him accidentally.
Okay. He
Now
stopped.
stop him. Now life up.
Okay, life up.
Actually, go ahead and turn the other way.
Okay.
And then squeeze. And spank. Now reset.
Okay.
Life up. Squeeze. And spank. Whoop, easy. That was
Sorry.
too much.
Sorry.
Stop him.
Okay.
And life up.
Life up.
Squeeze. Very good. Do you see how you gotta trot with energy?
Yeah.
Now legs off. Don't touch him with your
Okay.
legs.
Okay, we'll circle.
Yep. So first we're gonna practice teaching him that you mean business when you squeeze.
Yeah.
Then the next thing we gotta teach him is to maintain gait. But he's gonna see you as the leader more already if you don't have to micromanage him just to keep him trotting.
Stop.
Now stop. Life up,
Life up.
squeeze, and spank. Now stop. Life up,
Life up.
squeeze. Very good, very good. So does that feel better already?
Yeah, yeah.
Now we're gonna switch to maintain gait.
Okay.
So for maintain gait, if he breaks gait, you're not gonna micromanage him with your legs, you're just gonna spank him. Right there, spank him.
So,
Actually, I'm gonna add another component of this.
okay.
When he breaks gait, I want you to turn and you're gonna roll back 180 degrees.
So turn towards the
Yeah,
inside?
you're gonna just take one rein, inside or outside, and you're gonna bring it all the way back past your hip and turn 180 degrees and trot out of that.
Okay, okay.
So we're gonna ask him to do more work when he breaks gait
Got it.
than if it would be easier just to maintain gait.
Got it, yeah.
So if he breaks gait, he's gonna run into pressure, redirect, and go.
Okay, and go.
And you gotta mean it, like just squeeze lightly, but you can mean it with your spanker.
Okay, got it.
So we're gonna change the game here a little bit.
Okay.
So these are two separate games. We're gonna go through this kind of quickly, but the first game is anytime you ask him to change speeds, you need to ask nicely, and if he doesn't go, you need to spank and then reset. But that's different than expecting him to maintain gait. Maintain gait is you're already in the gait and then he breaks out of it, but you're like, I'm not gonna micromanage you. So that's the rule. You cannot micromanage him while you're trotting around.
Got it.
And furthermore, you can't try to not micromanage him. You have to not
What I'm
micromanage.
doing.
I loved it when you said that to your daughter. I use that all the time.
Oh, okay.
Because I can tell when I'm coaching somebody, they're like, okay, I'll try. And I'm like, they're not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Because it's a little thing, but for him, it's the difference of him seeing you as the leader more or not.
Okay.
And because there's not like, he doesn't come out of the barn, out of the stable with like immediately challenging you, you only are running into problems when you run out of leadership to solve that problem.
Yeah.
So we need to do two things. We need to increase the level of leadership that you have. Okay, we did that on the ground, and then we're gonna do that under saddle by things like this.
Okay.
So these are the proactive steps. The part that's gonna be challenging is I'm not gonna be here to coach you in every situation that comes up.
Unfortunately.
You're gonna have to watch the Patreon page and watch
trying.
and make good decisions from there.
Yeah.
So let's focus on this for now. So now you're gonna ask him to go because we're at a stand still.
Okay.
So you're gonna bring your life
So
up
I'm gonna bring my life up and I'm gonna
and touch. Reset.
reset. And then,
Ask. Reset.
okay.
And go. Very nice, very nice. Now you're on maintain gait now. Trot a small circle around me.
Okay.
If he breaks gait, let him. That was a break gait. Roll back. Yes.
And then-
And trot. Spank. Spank him out of that. Very good.
Oh, I'm like trying to post, but that's okay, right?
Small circle around me.
Okay. We're not supposed to be kicking, right? So,
Yeah, you can post.
oh, I can.
Just when you roll back, just sit when you roll back. No legs on. Now turn, sharp, and spank. Don't kick, just spank. Turn,
Okay,
turn,
sorry.
turn right. Go right back to your circle around
Okay.
me. Because what you're doing right now is you're telling him that you're serious and you mean business without waiting for it to become a more dramatic thing. You're holding him accountable with some basic things.
So then you
Roll
just-
back, and now spank. Good. Legs are off. So he's gonna start figuring out that it's more work to break gait than it is just to maintain gait.
Yeah.
Legs are off. You can leave the stick in the same hand too.
Okay. I know. I was like, don't change it.
And improvement is when he goes further than he did previously. Eventually, you could also play this game with expecting him to have good energy while he does it.
Yeah. He's
No
like,
legs, no legs.
I'm gonna go the slowest as possible.
You could sign him up by even going on a smaller circle.
Okay.
It's like, I dare you to break gait.
Yeah.
Right there. Roll back and spank. Spank. Good. Very good. And if he's being pretty good, then you can leave him out on a bigger circle.
Okay. Gonna get a smaller circle going.
Yeah.
To make him.
That's called signing him up.
Sign
It's
him up.
making it harder for him to not be committed to trotting with some energy. But see, he made it that time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and stop there.
Okay.
Stop and then
Ooh.
pet him.
Better.
Boy. So would you agree he tried a little harder that
way
time?
harder, even
So
when I got small.
These exercises is not about dressage training and getting him to move and be through and use his body really well. This is about getting into his mind and just getting him to be a little more committed than he was the first time you went around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. For sure.
The next couple things that you're going to need to do is practice controlling his feet a little bit more. So we're going to work on our forequarter yields.
Okay.
So what I'd like you to do is you're going to walk a circle. Actually, I want you to trot a circle around me.
Okay.
And you're going to use your inside rein and inside leg to create a lot of bend on the circle.
Okay.
Then I want you to sit and open up that leg and go into a turn on the haunches.
Okay. So I'm doing a tight circle, and
Trotting
I'm
a tight
using that
circle.
inside rein, inside leg, but then I'm using that outside leg after?
Outside leg, position 1.
Position 1, okay. And then you want me to turn?
To the inside. We're trying to get him to yield his shoulder for you.
So
again, this is not jumping training. This is just basic horsemanship, getting your horse to see you as the leader more.
Okay,
And so
okay, so I want to
trot
halt,
on
and then
inside bend,
okay.
inside leg. Nice.
Okay.
That was good. Okay, so now more bend on the inside. Inside leg.
Inside leg, inside leg.
And just small circle around me here. Yep. Good. Now sit and open up that leg. Open up your right leg.
The right leg?
Yep, so stop. Open up the right leg.
Okay, stop.
Open up the right leg.
Open up the right leg.
Close the left leg. And hold him there until he moves his front end over. There's the hind end. There's the front end. And stop. Pet him.
Good job.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So did you feel the difference on those last couple steps when he sat back and pivoted?
Sat back in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this doesn't have, this is one way that you can improve a horse's steering. Like theoretically, a person who's into jumping could practice this a little bit to work on some steering if the horse was kind of pushing through their shoulder or something.
He does that.
But the reason I'm having you do it is just a way to have a few things that are more horsemanship based, more psychology based, that gets him to see you as the leader more. Okay? And so the part that's going to be the toughest is not him, is you holding yourself accountable to not tolerating big ass, like with your daughter that I've seen you interact with her, I can't see you tolerating having to yell at her to get her to do something, right? You're like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to ask you. And then there's probably consequences if she doesn't. Yeah. You have to be that same way with him. Okay, yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's sandbagging you.
Yeah, he does. He tests
and he's testing you, and he's relying on that much pressure to get results. And then the problem is, when it takes that much pressure just to get him to walk or trot around the arena, you don't have anything left over if you are in a more difficult situation with jumping or trail riding and running into an obstacle. It's already like used up, so to speak, and it's making him duller to it. So if you have what I'm not saying is he's going to then be perfect in all these other situations you've told me about. Yeah. But what I am saying is it's more likely going to work out well as he's seeing you as the leader more by getting some more of these things working for you. You're moving the needle in that direction. So let me just see you try a side pass. Do you side pass him normally?
So I do try to I make him side pass over poles, like make him go with the pole underneath his belly. So I do it.
Okay, let's just try it right here.
Okay. So I'll just
So you're gonna open up that left side, and you can open up that rein,
right,
and then close the left leg, and then the same.
Oh, I'm going this way. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Go this way. Okay, so. Oh, he wants to go this way.
So whatever side you're going to side pass away from, put your stick on that side.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's the same game here. Don't bury your leg in him to get him to go. If he doesn't go, whatever part you feel is more sticky, add a touch with the whip.
Okay, so we're gonna go towards the fence.
Yep. So open up that side, look that way.
Oh.
Close this side. Don't bury your leg in him.
Okay.
There you go. Now touch the shoulder and then reset.
Okay, reset.
Now, I want you to do that again, and I want you to use half the amount of input and expect him to go. And if he doesn't go, add a touch.
So I'm gonna...
So slow it down and do less first.
Okay, less first.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Very nice. Does that feel easier?
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
It was a real whisper.
Yes. So change the stick.
Okay.
And we'll go the other way.
All right. He's already like, okay.
Very nice.
I'm gonna go.
Very nice, very nice.
A little easier on this
so
side.
that one's pretty easy for him. So that's good.
Yeah.
But that'll be a good thing to keep practicing with him.
Okay.
Because that was easy, I want to give you another one.
Okay.
So there's another exercise that we do kind of for performance horse training. Like this is now where it starts a little bit exiting out of foundation training and into more performance training, where I do a counterbend. Normally I ride a counterbend to free up their shoulders as an exercise for eventually doing more advanced maneuvers like lead changes, setting up for canter departures, things like that, or lateral maneuvers like in dressage. But for him, I'm doing it because it's going to be you're going to be riding him and controlling his shoulders. So what I want you to do is you're going to ride a straight line, and you're going to tip his nose off to the left side, and but then I'm going to ask you to ride him off your left leg to the right.
Okay.
So you're going to do a right circle around me with his nose to the left.
Gotcha.
If he gets sticky on your left leg, you're going to add your stick and tap the shoulder and step him over. If he does get stuck and he's kind of fighting it, and then he finally steps over, you're going to give him a release. Okay. So it's not about how many circles you make, it's about how light and willing he is to step his shoulder around.
Okay. So I'm going to go around to the right.
Yep.
Okay.
And
I'm
then just tip his nose to the left.
Stick on the right. We're going
stick on the left.
But on the left?
Because you would tap his left shoulder, because the yield here is coming off your left leg, position 1.
Okay, left leg. Okay. And then his nose is going to be to the outside,
Yep.
to where the fence line is. And at a trot or walk?
Let's do it at a walk first.
Okay.
But eventually, yeah, you could do it at a trot.
Okay, so I'm going to, you said straight line, but you said circle.
Yeah, start with a straight line. Now tip his nose to the left.
Tip his nose to the left, okay.
And then put your left leg forward and ask his shoulders to step over. Tap him if you lose forward energy on the hip. Nice. He's kind of side passing a little bit more than he's moving his shoulder. So get a little more forward there.
Okay, a little more forward.
Forward.
Forward. Forward.
And can you see how, in order to do this, your legs have to be available to cue the yields that you're asking for? Very good, very good. And stop there. That was good.
Good.
If your legs were tied up, keeping him going forward, you don't have a leg available to cue to move the shoulder.
Right.
So this is one of the things that once you get him freed up moving forward, you can add just messing with, you could do a counter bend around a jump and then ride on the same way. Okay. But these are things that challenge him more than just going forward and around. Again, that helps him see you as the leader more. Okay. Let's go the other way, and we're going to do it at a trot this time.
Okay. And go towards the left? Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to just...
So it's going to be right leg, position 1, so that leg's going to go forward.
It's going to go
and you're
forward.
going to use the stick to hold him accountable to maintain. Don't let him talk you into using both legs to keep him going forward.
My leg is not going to be for forward movement.
Exactly.
It's going to be the tap.
Exactly.
Okay, so
go ahead.
So we're going to...
Get him trotting. Now there, just go ahead and stop, reset. Because you start kicking.
Yeah.
Life up.
Okay.
Squeeze. Good. Now counter bend. Right flexion. Yes. Very good.
So
very good.
Need a little.
Super. And stop.
Okay, stop.
That was great.
Okay, that was good.
Super.
Good boy.
So he's a good boy. He needs to see you as the leader more.
Okay.
Is what it boils down to. Okay. So you have to find just some ways to challenge him with that. The hard part is I can't, like maybe what we could do is ride around a little bit and see if we can run into something.
Yeah.
But basically I would encourage you, if he hits a threshold when you're riding by the pond or riding out around the farm, if he hits a threshold, if he spooks or leaves where he's going, I would bend him around and yield his hindquarters. If he just stops and looks, I would back him up a ways from it.
Okay.
a ways. Okay, so now you're saying the threshold that he got scared or stopped was here.
Yeah.
You're gonna back him up a ways. Especially if it's easy. If it feels really easy to back him, keep going.
He wants to back.
Yeah, and
That's
then there's
his
gonna be a
go-to
point where it
move.
starts getting heavier. This is where you stop. Now spank him forward. Okay? And then when you get up to this line, you're gonna ask yourself, do you wanna try to go further or do you wanna stop again?
Okay.
Again, that's if he's just stopping.
Right.
If he's trying to leave, let him leave and then do the hindquarter yield somewhere else. Okay? So let's try going from a trot, and then we're gonna pretend he bucked, and then I want you to reach down and get his head bent around and do the hindquarter yield.
Okay, so we're gonna trot, and I'm gonna trot to the left, and then do
Same
everything
rules
the
though
same.
about getting him to go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just halt him, and I'm gonna just try and form a halt. Okay.
Nice. I like it. And then, oh no, he bucked.
Okay, so I'm gonna reach down
Sit,
and
bend him around, yield the hindquarters, and then you would spank his butt with the stick. There you go. That's good. That's plenty.
okay.
This is pretend.
Okay.
But
Sorry.
that's what you'd have to do to correct him when he bucks, to say you're gonna run into a lot more pressure. Even if you feel like he thought about bucking,
Okay.
you're gonna go, no, we don't think about that. We don't have a naughty thought. That would be like your daughter not taking an action on something naughty, but saying something naughty. It's like, no, we're not even going to
still
tolerate
there.
that. Yeah. Does that
Even
make
at
sense?
the smallest measure, it's gotta
Exactly.
be snuffed out.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's letting those, what's happening, in my opinion, is you're letting him go on a lot of little things, and then it builds up to a big thing at some point.
Yeah.
But you're being proactive now about him seeing you as the leader more. So those big things it's gonna take more theoretically to bring it to that point. Then if he does go to that point, it's gonna be less of a reaction now. So there likely is going to be less of a thing that happens as long as you have him seeing you as the leader on the ground and you're doing these things riding proactively. If something were to happen, it should be less, and it would take even more to bring it there.
That would be great.
So that's the good news. But what I can't promise you is that nothing's gonna happen. Like, he's probably gonna test it
Yeah.
at some point,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna have to catch it right away.
And I'm used to that.
Bend his head around, yield
There's
his
no
hindquarters, and you got to yield his hindquarters until you feel like, okay, that was,
So that's a
his
good
mind is
question.
back on you.
When do I, because I'm not as in tune. I have to get more in tune with like reading him. So when do
Yeah.
I release with doing that hindquarters? When-
Probably after 2 or 3 taps.
Okay. And
And
is
then
there anything
release him facing whatever he was kind of protesting.
Okay.
Just release him there and
take a
see if he
minute?
wants to chill out and if he's thinking about you, or do you feel like he's still hyper focused? If he's still really focused on whatever was bothering him,
Yeah.
you're going to redirect him again. You're going to do it again. You don't need to wait for him to do anything else other than
Okay.
just being focused.
Okay.
And then stop and look at it again and see if he looks settled and relaxed like he is now.
Yeah.
Or is he like
Yeah.
about to do something again?
Okay.
Let's let's
be a
go
partner.
out and we'll just do the walk back and forth here across the arena where the pond. And I want you to show me the point where
Or-
the other day he's
Or even at a higher gate, you might see it come out. Like
Okay.
when that's the problem. Higher gate, he just wants to get so far off that rail. And then I noticed in this left corner, he used to be worse going right.
You're
But
saying
now,
even inside the arena.
in the arena, it's
I would bet
horrible.
that today it wouldn't happen.
I know. I was
Let's find out. Because
I'll-
today I think he's seeing you as the leader more. So let's test it. So I want you
Okay.
to do a do a
Okay.
trot and then just
Okay,
show
just
me
do
what
the
happens
trot.
and we'll
'Cause
go
he-
from there.
So he's just kind of dull and lazy right now. I feel like I almost want to just get him. So he's just kind of dull right now over here, and
So that's not what you were expecting?
I mean, yeah, he's either dull but he'll usually just when I trot up to it, he gets head high and bracy.
But he didn't do that today, right?
No, no.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's going to be things that come up, but if he's seeing you as the leader, it's going to be more diminished.
It's actually great.
He's
that we're
never going to not
doing it
be
up
like
here.
lazy. You're always going to have to be
Yeah.
proactive about maintaining his responsibilities,
Yeah.
holding him accountable to that, because that's in his DNA. Like,
Yeah.
that's his innate
That's him.
disposition. Yes. But when he gets scared, that's now him switching to more acting like a prey animal, and that's what I'm saying. You can do something about that.
I mean, it's good we're doing it all in this corner too, because he hates this corner. And I mean, of course he's not doing it
I would
now,
say
but-
he doesn't hate this corner.
Well, I mean, you should have been here yesterday. I was like, he was horrible yesterday.
Any horse can get afraid of anything.
was
It's
so
more
bad.
about him seeing you as the leader and you not micromanaging him, so that he's got to participate with you. You're asking him to be a partner in everything you do versus I'm just going to get on you and make you do these things until he protests enough that it's you coming off.
Yeah, I really want to make him want to be a partner, but
Yes.
I feel like
you followed my instructions very well.
Okay,
you
good.
did this great.
Okay,
And the groundwork is really going to be a huge key to this. I would say it's probably 70%.
Oh, wow.
The riding is less of it.
Okay.
And so I really want you to put effort into warming him up well and getting him to turn loose to side passing and changing directions and all that. Under saddle, the biggest thing is about you practicing proactively moving his shoulders and not micromanaging him with your legs. You did a fantastic job today.
Thank you. I enjoyed that.
All right, pleasure working with you.